Alrighty, I'm going to check YouTube and then Twitch, I guess.
Toronto's AHL team won the Calder Cup.
That's cool. Too bad they're probably going to trade all of them.
Got YouTube notification. We're up there.
Alright, can you, well, no, you probably
Wait,
can't.
dude, the Calder Cup was still going on?
Yeah, Game 7 just ended. Toronto beat Texas.
Jeez.
Apparently doing this is taking all my bandwidth. Would one of you fine gentlemen be able to check Twitch and see if we're on there? Dead air. Oh, hey, it finally loaded. And it doesn't appear that we're on.
Thought it said.
Oh, yeah, it does. Okay, we are. Alright.
Yeah, just check.
So we are live on Twitch and YouTube. Awesome.
I will say this though, mobile Twitch fucking sucks.
Yeah, it really does. Even in the app, it's not that great.
Yeah, I'm using that. I've been having to use the app. It fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's the UI is not very good. I don't like it at all.
Yep, but if I want to watch my e-feds and shit, that's what I have to do for the next few weeks.
That sucks.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. Like my hard drive just dies like out of nowhere.
That's how it happens, man. Like, only once have I ever had one fail where I knew it was failing. And the only reason I knew it was failing was because I was running Debian at the time. And Debian, if there's a drive failing, it'll make sure and warn you every 5 fucking seconds that there's a drive failing.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
And it was a freaking USB drive. It was a USB hard drive, and I'm like, okay, I don't care that thing is... Just let it fucking go. Jesus Christ. I have to figure out how to make it so the links appear when they get posted in the chat. Oh, it showed up in... Hey! Sweet! So apparently things that get posted... Let me see if it's doing it on YouTube too. The link you posted in Discord, Gunner, showed up in the Twitch chat.
Nice.
Huh.
So let me see if it's doing that for YouTube as well. What are we waiting on, by the way? Oh, we don't have a format filled out.
The format's filled out.
It is filled out?
Doesn't look like it is.
I've got an empty format in front of me.
It's 307, right?
I don't know. I think it's supposed to be 308. I don't know.
Hey, and...
Yeah, I bet we had that conversation.
Yeah,
The link
broadcaster.
in the
Broadcaster's
That's the
channel.
one.
Posted one there. It's 307.
Oh. If only, dog. If only.
Killing you, it's killing me, dude.
All right. So that showed up in the YouTube chat as well. So the Restream.io thing is working pretty good.
For now.
I am now suddenly very glad that I didn't have this mistake of me posting my license plate happen tonight instead of a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
Yeah.
Because, well, I mean, I can delete stuff out of the chat. They're just like comments. The chat is basically live comments.
Yep.
All right, so I guess we're ready to go.
I guess so.
Oh god, what is this now? Skate 4.
Ain't happening.
I am gonna be an angry Todd Howard.
Bring back good Tony Hawk games, god damn it.
No, fuck that. Skates are past Tony Hawk now.
How dare you?
Remember when they used to be good though?
Yeah.
Like the first 3 or so, maybe 4 were like amazing. And then somewhere along the line it just went fucking downhill.
There were good ones after 4.
Underground
was good.
2. After Underground 2, it went to crap.
Yeah, I was gonna say Underground was kind of the capper. That series.
Yeah, Underground was my favorite.
And if you want a copy of 5 for 70% off, head to Toys R Us. We got a bunch of them.
Copy of what?
You bastard! That still hurts.
Ouch. There was one of them.
Tony Hawk 5.
Ugh.
There was one of them where they were selling their Jeffrey the giraffe. All right, let's the sign. Nice.
Yes.
All right. Gunnar, are you ready?
I am born ready.
Well, Gunnar's not going to do it, so welcome to the
I'm here, what the
307th. You weren't talking. The fade out starts. The fade out's going, and you're just like not saying
The
shit.
fade out's going, and I'm there, and I'm on top of it, motherfucker.
Oh, I didn't hear you. My bad.
Fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 307 of the Smark Snark podcast. My name is Gunnar. That over there is Mega VR.
Yes. 70% off at Toys R Us. And that Divas doll line didn't sell very well, apparently.
Oh, jeez. It still hurts. The pain.
It's like a real Divas match. 70% off.
Oh, ouch.
That's harsh in a number of different ways, honestly. Gunnar.
All right, where is he now?
Gunnar. I'm here. Which way did he go? Which way did he? Yeah, good DDS. Jesus Christ.
You're talking and nobody's hearing you, buddy.
What the fuck?
Like, now I can hear you, but if you were talking that whole time, was he quiet for anybody else? I didn't hear him. I didn't even see his mic come on.
I didn't hear shit either.
No, you weren't talking.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not us fucking with you or being dumb. It's you not understanding how a microphone works.
Apparently.
Ouch.
So Yanko BDS is here, my technical producer, trying to correct me on actual how to use a microphone.
Yeah, you take the button that you set for push to talk and you push it. Nope, still can't do it. Still not doing it.
Check, check. 1, 2.
There you go.
What the fuck? Alright, I'm real confused. But alright, whatever. Yanko DDS is here, fucking Netchester's here.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? And while Gunner figures out the correct way to rebind his keys, all I'll say is this one thing. Yankum, you have no respect for the reverb.
What?
What?
The end of the song, it goes da 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 into infinity. Of course, that could be that Gunner didn't have his
That's a fade out.
proper setup, but
No, I was good to go. I was just letting it go, and I was ready to start talking. I took a breath, and then Yankum jumped down my throat.
see,
That's
he
pretty
has
much what
no
happened.
respect for the reverb. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, to continue.
Shao Kahn's here.
300 episodes. We don't know how to use a fucking microphone. We are geniuses.
Oh, this is going to be a meme now, isn't it?
Also joining us this week is, man, there's some guy. His name is Rod Toward. Hey, Rod Toward, how are you today?
Hi, fellow gamers. Have you heard that Skyrim is out now for VR?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, make sure I won't buy it when I'm
Oh,
thinking of
God,
buying
but
Doom.
that's just not very nice.
Zenimax, you unrepentant hex.
All I have to say is, 1, Skate 4 needs to be louder, angrier, and have access to a time machine. 2, whenever Skate 4 is not on screen, all of the other developers of E3 should be asking, where's Skate 4?
So, can I just ask you a question about Skate 4?
No.
Uh,
You can ask me questions about Skyrim and or Fallout. Specifically, Skyrim Blades. Oh, wait. See, this is why I can't do this gimmick, because I always fuck it up.
Skyrim Blades, ladies and gentlemen.
Good enough.
Skyrim Blades.
Skyrim for iPhones. You go
This
buy
week-
it. Shut your fucking mouths and buy my game.
This week we are an E3 podcast because all we want to talk about is wonderful FIFA 19 because that got such a huge pop.
No.
That and lesbian smelling each other. That got a huge pop too.
Isn't that
Smelling
always-
each other. Don't you mean their friendship kiss?
No,
They're just
first
really
of all,
good friends.
Ellie asked this other girl, how do I smell? And I was like, what? On what planet do you ask another person that? Regardless. Jeez.
Jesus Christ, what do I walk myself into? Let's get into the news. There is no news this week.
The biggest news is that
No.
The Elder Scrolls Blades is coming
No.
to...
Cut his mic, cut his mic, cut his mic.
No.
Can
Bad.
I just say one thing? EA will
You just
continue,
did.
continue to pump
said
money
no.
into... Will continue to pump money into NBA Live, which will fail year after year after year after year. But they won't develop Skate 4, which would be a mega success and sell minimum 25 million copies.
Can we talk about how bad CM Punk is at MMA?
Yeah, that's probably
Yes.
what we should lead with.
CM Punk
It's
got
bad.
his shit kicked in, and then, God
He-
damn it, Mike Jackson, right? Fucking
Michael
this
Jackson.
guy. This guy.
No, he's not back from the grave, if that's what you're thinking.
I could have swear to God this kid was on fentanyl. Just watching the fight. Like, what the fuck?
Punk still would have got his ass kicked
Well,
either way.
You know, Punk is like 40 now. No wonder Mike Jackson wouldn't touch him.
Oh,
God damn it, Omega BR. Get out.
You see, Jacob.
Bad fearless leader. Bad.
Get
Bad.
out of this world and step into the world of Skyrim.
Hey, I hate this podcast.
All right, listen, you know, Punk was totally outmatched from the beginning. You know, a lot of people said he won the first round. You can make an argument for it. I mean, he got the takedown.
Yeah.
Jackson wasn't touching him, although he did mess up his face in the first round. A lot of people forget that. You know, and when I say outclassed, I mean, you know, he was moving too slow. He kept doing that spin kick, leaving himself wide open. It wasn't working. Didn't even connect half the time. I mean, you know, I'm no MMA expert, but, you know, as far as guys just looking like they don't belong, that was pretty much it. I mean...
I didn't. Go ahead, man.
4 years he had to train for like these 2 fights combined, and you're training with Rufus. That's a really good camp to be in, and I guess you can't train if you have nothing there. Punk is not an athlete at all, and I don't know what he was thinking with this MMA thing. He's not a fighter.
He wanted to try. I think that
he was thinking they're going to pay me $1 million to do this shit. Well, why not?
Well, there's that, yes, but at the same time, it was the whole idea that he thought he could do this,
Right.
And that people were generally, and I believe he generally underestimated the amount of time and effort people have put into this, thinking that he could go from wrestling to MMA without the background in other sports and other things like that.
He had a background in other sports and stuff
Not
like that,
anywhere
but
close to the
not enough. Yeah, no, like he was training in. He trained Gracie Jiu-Jitsu before he ever left wrestling.
Well,
Yeah, but he didn't do that full time. He didn't do that
Right,
full
that's
time.
the problem. He thought what he had done was going to be enough, and he was wrong. Like big fat fail turtle wrong.
Right, and it's like he's trying to go into MMA with minimal training, not any real athletic backgrounds. He's trying to do this at over 35. That's not really possible.
At a competitive level where it's like super competitive, and basically they gave Punk a tomato can, who's like, you know, this guy barely makes.
Yeah.
Well, no, 1 tomato can, I think.
No, they gave him 2 tomato cans, dude. That guy has fought nobody. He's just a good personality. He will get exposed sooner rather than later. I mean, I'm not saying that he's not going to have a career, but he's like the only one that's going to have a career out of this, and he's definitely not going to be a champion. Mickey Gall, of course, is who we were talking about.
Well, you know, Dana White already
said
said. Dana White already said Jackson, and you know it's Dana, so it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. But Dana said that he would never book Jackson again. Jackson was showboating. He was messing around. He tickled him at one point. I mean,
he literally said in the press conference, "As far as I'm concerned, Mike Jackson is 0-2." That's it. I mean, that's for you.
That's fucked. I don't think that's right, but I mean,
you know, I think as a martial artist, your goal is to stop a fight or, you know, prevent a fight. But as a fighter, it's your job to finish a fight, which he clearly did not do. So, I mean, you know, Punk is literally the only...
ended it in round 2. He could have ended it in round 2. Instead, he was throwing bolo punches and looking at the camera.
Yeah, Punk is literally the only opponent he could ever get away with that with. Tries that on anybody else, he'll get demolished.
I had the biggest problem I had with the fight was just the simple fact that you could tell it was disrespect, and it wasn't that Punk wasn't trying or that he didn't, you know, put his all into this particular instance. I felt bad for Punk because it's just the complete world-class athlete you have to be to compete in the UFC and to compete in the octagon at that level at that point in time is not something you could just overcome in a couple years. You know?
Well, a lot of the fighters were saying we're giving him props.
The overreach fight should on pay-per-view.
He got a lot of props from a lot of fighters for the heart that he displayed in the ring, which I think is probably a very nice way of saying bless his heart. He did the best he could.
Well, listen, he never stopped punching. He never stopped trying within the 3 rounds. People were saying it looked embarrassing, but I mean, it's not like he was, just laying there, taking the guy on, trying to get him in a clinch. I mean, he tried throwing everything he had.
It wasn't going to be enough. It was never going to be enough.
Well, you don't know that. I mean, obviously, it could have been enough at some point or another. But if he had done this 10 years ago, I think he would have been much more successful at this.
Oh, absolutely.
How? I don't understand that judgment because
it's the age thing. It definitely takes a toll, but at the same time, he would have had more time at this point to actually get into a better shape, a better ring shape, if you would. And he would have had, a decade under his belt.
I can get into great ring shape, too. It's not going to change the fact that I can't fight worth a shit. Joe Rogan said it best. The difference between CM Punk and Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar was an all-American amateur wrestler before he even stepped foot into pro wrestling. CM Punk has no athletic background. He trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a while. He never competed. He never competed in other sports at any type of major level except for professional wrestling. That's it.
Right, and that's where he stays. So, and then Punk afterwards is like, no, I'm not going to be all in. No, I'm not booked. No, I don't want to be booked. Go away.
Oh, boy. So here's the $64 million question. Do we believe him? I mean, to a respect, I believe him when he says he doesn't want to go back to WWE, but is he going to go anywhere else?
I'm sure he's perfectly fine making comic books and fucking April for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Then who wouldn't be?
Well, look, maybe he will be, but there's no reason to speculate. If it happens, it happens. Great. He's obviously not going to say, yeah, I'm going, or try to tease it, because that'll just kind of
Well, that's not where the money is. Let's say, all right, let's rewind this a second here. Let's say All In doesn't sell out. Let's say there's only 1,000 tickets sold for All In right now. CM Punk announces that he's going to be there. It sells out instantly. But since it's already sold out, and it sold out in the 29 minutes or whatever, what money is there for CM Punk to say, yeah, I'm all in? Well, I mean, what the fuck are you going to do?
Well, it would still be a big deal, and, it's less of a money thing and more of a moment thing, and in fact, that's
kind of money thing.
Well, that's why he was talking about doing the signing on All In Weekend to kind of. There's really no money in him doing a signing at Pro Wrestling Tees, but he's doing it because it's kind of a moment for the fans and to interact with them and kind of give back to them a little bit.
Doesn't he have stake in Pro Wrestling Tees?
I think so.
I feel like he does.
Yeah, beyond his Pro Wrestling Tees store.
I thought he had some sort of ownership stake.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
I don't think he does.
But my point is, there's not a ton of money in that, but he's doing it. That's why he said that. So, but anyway, it would be cool if he did. I'm sure we'll see him again at some point in some ring. That's not to push it on him or anything. That's just how these things go. Like, I mean, even Michaels is talking about maybe coming back now, and it's been 8 years. So, we'll see. Hopefully he doesn't.
What's more likely?
What's
more likely? CM Punk ends up in a New Japan ring across the ring from Daniel Bryan, or CM Punk ends up in Bellator across the watching Daniel Bryan and Mike Jackson push each other's shit in.
What I hope is definitely NJPW. With Punk's ego, we should expect Bellator.
I don't think he would end up in Bellator.
I don't think he wants to go in and lose again. I mean,
yes.
he went to a decision, albeit, kind of by default. He did the Gall fight, it kind of ended before it got started. You could say that he got outmatched, whatever. The Jackson fight, he threw everything he had, and it wasn't enough. So it's not like he's going to get more with 2 more years of training.
It's not like he's going to get any better at this point.
He's not going to get any better.
It's probably because he was never good to begin with.
Yes, that is the implication there, dog.
Yeah.
Thank you for your astute judgment there.
I mean, this is not. Everyone thought this was going to happen. It happened, and now everyone has speculation what's going to happen next. But he's probably not going to do MMA fight.
Let's stop talking about the shitty thing. Let's start talking about the really good thing.
Hear, hear.
Exactly. Fallout 76.
All right, so
open survival horror.
Oh, we're going to hit you with something.
No, it's actually the real ones about to drop.
Oh my God, he's got a full album? Oh.
So I guess he's going by real one now, right? Because WWE owns Enzo Amore.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So he's just real one. What's
He's
more
just
cringeworthy?
his Twitter name.
What's more cringeworthy? Real one or the Ultimate Warrior changing his name to the Ultimate Warrior?
Ultimate Warrior changing his name.
I have to go with Warrior changing his name.
Here, let's take that back. Let's pick on somebody who's alive.
Warrior and Luigi Warrior.
God damn it.
So what's a bigger tragedy? The Enzo Amore rap career or the fact that Waluigi isn't in Smash Brothers?
Waluigi. The damn crime.
They're both pretty noticeable.
Is Rob in?
No.
Well, there you go.
Jesus Christ.
Let's talk. We've got pay-per-views.
I guess we can start talking about some other stuff. We got NXT TakeOver coming up from Chicago.
Yeah.
So who would win in a match? Prince Puma or a lion in a tug-of-war match?
I don't know.
I guess we're going to find... I wanted to talk about Dominion, though, before we get into this.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yes.
Didn't they get stopped at the wormhole?
Jesus, Mother Mary and Joseph. Yankum.
I don't
Sometimes.
I'm going to hit you, Yankum.
What?
Oh, my God. No. Dominion.
Dog got that joke.
Dog wanted to smack you, too. Don't tell me it's another realm in the Elder Scrolls series. Don't tell me it's
okay, but
it's a DS9 reference.
Stop it.
You guys are not nerds.
Oh, I thought you were talking about, well, which minion do you mean? You mean the one-eyed one or the two-eyed one? Or
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, let's talk about the one-eyed minion. The
I don't
one
know
that's
their
like...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, so I did not see the entire show, but I saw the Legends match. I saw the last 4 matches, which, as most of these shows go, that's kind of, those are the big
most
matches.
important.
Yeah, those are the ones that are going to get the stars. I saw the Legends versus Bullet Club. I saw Naito versus Jericho. I saw Omega versus Okada. And Ospreay versus,
Hiromu.
Pretty good, I thought Ray looked good. I liked his outfit. That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about that match, too.
That outfit was sick.
I'm also shocked they gave Jericho the Intercontinental title.
Well, according to Meltzer, they're going to completely write off Jericho for a long while.
But he has the
Really?
title.
Yep. Apparently, according to Meltz, him and the title are going to walk away for a while because he just said on a podcast that he's not doing Dominion, he's not doing All In, or excuse me, he's not doing the Cow Palace, and he's not doing All In, which means we probably won't see him.
Well, that podcast, I took that as your typical Jericho rigmarole.
Jericho.
Because, I mean, he was saying, I won't do those shows because you're not getting me for less than 6 figures.
Well, he wasn't saying that necessarily. The way that he said it was that he didn't want to cheapen himself, essentially. And he didn't want to. He tried not saying that offensively. And I can completely understand what he's saying when he says that. You can't, overexpose yourself in this business. And if he's on All In, and if he's at, and if he's at Dominion, and if he's at, the Cow Palace, those are all within 3 months of each other, and obviously they're big deal-ish things, but one of these things is not like the other.
Well, that's fair. I mean, and I don't expect him to be on all those shows. I could see him not being at All In, of course. But, being Intercontinental Champion, you'd think, and maybe not like the next show, but I could see him possibly being in G1.
No, I think that's exactly why they can get away with this. It's because G1 is coming up, and that's a good month of storylines that's already covered. You don't have to worry about any title defenses, really.
I mean, the thing of it is, I forgot Naito was champion anyway, and I didn't realize it was a title match. So I think the announcers even said it wasn't until they corrected themselves. So
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
When did you learn to speak Japanese?
Yeah. Wait, are you saying you watched it in American?
Hey, listen, the English announcers do a darn fine job.
Oh,
they really do. They really, Meltzer even said so. He said, you got to watch it in Japanese, this and that. But the English guys, especially Callis, really, in that main event, really helped enhance that thing.
Yeah, Kevin and Don get too much crap, really.
They're actually all right, but I still prefer to listen in Japanese.
You prefer to listen in Japanese anything, so.
Well, you're not wrong.
Just saying.
Booing des.
Hey, Rod, is Skyrim in Japanese?
Probably. I don't know. I don't think. Do they even like games like that in Japan too much? I think it's pretty much a Western thing.
I don't know. The moral of the story.
They like the anime hairs and the.
I like it how none of us are talking about the Kenny match. Like, it's the best professional wrestling match that has ever happened in the history of professional wrestling. And
well, of course, yeah.
I mean, circumstantially speaking, I could see where Melt said that, and I could understand the rating that he gave it because of that.
What rating did he give it?
7 stars.
Yeah.
7 stars. Like, what? Like, how do you do that?
Well, listen, the thing about, and I've said this before, the thing about Meltzer and his star ratings is this is a guy who's very invested in New Japan. That's not to say he's biased toward them, although you can make the argument.
Yes.
But he's very invested in New Japan. He's invested in the storylines. He's invested in the wrestlers. He's talked to them personally on his radio shows. And the thing, he notices a lot of things. When he gives a high rating like this, it's not just because the match was excellent, or had things that you've never seen, or had all this technical stuff. It's because he notices those little details, the facial expressions, the callbacks, the reversals, the counters, all those little things that culminate in a really great match.
Yep.
The things the crowd are going to see. It's hard for somebody like me, for example, who doesn't really watch New Japan as much as he should, and only kind of catches these big shows and the big matches and knows the storyline, but doesn't watch every promo, doesn't all that stuff.
Doesn't learn the Japanese language to appreciate the true commentary.
Yeah, that's probably true too. But it's, and I think the post match always has a lot to do with it too. I think what Omega said in the post match interview, and then the post-match press conference, and then that final shot of an Okada dollar, up against the backdrop of the empty ring. All those things culminate into such a high rating. He has an emotional investment that not everybody has to give a match that high a rating. And, if he truly felt that it was better than the previous matches, then he really has no choice but to, give it 6.5, 7. If it's better than the previous, then again, he's got to keep going higher.
Dude, if the shot of the single Okada buck on the ramp all by itself with the ring in the background blurry, if that's technically part of the match, then this match should be like 11 stars because that's a 6-star shot. That's one of the best professional wrestling. Like, WWE hasn't done shots like that probably ever, anywhere close to as good as just, it was perfect.
I saw during WrestleMania season, there was this image gallery, essentially, that was of all the images, final images leading up to WrestleMania. So, when Raw goes off the air or SmackDown goes off the air, this is the last thing that you see in the go-home show to go, like when Reigns and Lesnar play tug-of-war with the belt.
Yeah, with the Eggo waffle. Lego my Eggo.
Right. So, it's to me, it's more iconic than any of those images combined. I would tend to argue that because WWE doesn't know how to. They have had great iconic images and they've had great iconic moments. Don't get me wrong in professional wrestling, but this Okada buck, this match, this story of matches, this rivalry, this whole thing put together, and the emotional investment into it, I would say is the greatest sequence of matches to ever happen in professional wrestling, bar none. And I'm saying that. And I'm not going by Meltz. I'm going by my own impression and my own thing.
Would you say it's better than Misawa versus Kobashi?
I am not familiar with Misawa versus Kobashi, to be perfectly honest with you. I have not gotten invested or had time to watch those in a sequential order.
So, Shao Kahn, you've seen both matches. What would you think is a better one?
That is a tough one. I want to say, I want to go with Misawa Kobashi just because there was more matches and the rivalry built over years and years, and I feel like we're still in the beginning stages of Okada and Omega. So maybe a few years down the line, my opinion will change.
Okay.
I mean, all of the circumstances and all the things that built up to this match make it the greatest match and influence that opinion, like Omega was saying.
Right.
To end the match the way that they did, to have a 2 out of 3 falls match and then Kenny win the last 2 falls, to have to have basically the entirety of this feud just stretch out over 2 years, over a single title reign, over the longest consecutive title reign in IWGP's history, to have the most title defenses, to give it to the person that actually deserves it, to do it on a certain night, and to do it on a certain day, at that time, to have the Bucks come back and hug Kenny, to have Kota right there next to him, looking, planting the seeds for his turn. It's one of the most fantastic moments in all of professional wrestling, and I don't understand. I understand Meltzer completely. Let's put it that way.
All I can say about Meltzer and his ratings is, if he gives more stars than there are Dragon Balls, then the man has officially jumped the shark.
I believe the segment has jumped the shark because you've said that exactly.
I just want to throw out one quick, may not be the popular choice, but to me, I love this match. Their match last year was better. Their 60-minute draw was a better match top to bottom. We're talking like splitting hairs here, but the drama in those last 30 minutes of that 60-minute match was unreal because you never knew when it was going to end. After Okada got that first fall, And it wasn't, they didn't do a bad job with this at all. But you knew the next fall was going to Omega. And it took just a little bit of drama out of the match. When it was one fall to a finish, man, and it was so close so many times, and even with the ending, I still like that match better. And it's like, it's a point 20, it's like quarter star at most, but I still think it's a better match.
There was one thing that I thought they could have played up more. The fact that Ibushi was out there and he had the white towel, and the English I don't know about the Japanese, but the English commentators were talking once or twice about how Ibushi's got that towel. You know, Ibushi could throw it in and cost him a fall if he's, you know, really getting worried about it. So I think that could have enhanced it a bit, just because of the whole, you know, the history with the Golden Lovers and the Elite and everything, and the fact that they did have 3 falls to play with. You know,
I mean, they did an incredible. It's still probably the best 2 out of 3 falls match I've really ever seen. I can think of like a handful of others, but like
the only others that I can think of off the top of my head, by the way, is like, I know this is gonna sound kind of silly, but Triple H and HBK. Like,
I like Triple H and Austin was better for me, and also, or it was in that range. Also, the tag 2 out of 3 falls between the Revival and DIY.
Yep, agreed.
But what a fucking show! And we're gonna watch SummerSlam in like a couple months, and it is gonna be shit. Not even in comparison to this. It's just gonna be shit in general, and then they're gonna compare it to this. Oh, fuck, dude.
Roman's gonna win the title.
We got Money in the Bank on Sunday.
Yeah, that's gonna be shit in comparison too.
We need to talk about this.
Yeah.
I'll get into another thing during my what to watch this week. So let's get into the WWE stuff. More WWE. All right, so WWE stuff. We're gonna run through this as fast as possible. Ricochet versus the Velveteen Dream at NXT Takeover.
Yeah,
I think Dream's gonna win.
Good build.
Yeah, you know, Dream could win. I mean, I kind of think he won't, because I think they want to build up. Dream's kind of the guy who, you know, he'll beat guys like Cassius Ohno, who's not on the rise, but he loses to all the guys who are on the rise. So
he's definitely in that Ty Dillinger and God, what's the other blonde Canadian that's in the Fashion Police? Tyler Breeze. There it is. He's in that slot. He's amazing. I'd love to see him win. He's great, but yeah.
That is pretty much the spot he's in, the Breeze spot.
Shayna Baszler versus Nikki Cross for the NXT Women's title.
Are you kidding me? If Cross doesn't take this, I'm going to... Well, I don't know what I'm going to do, but...
She's totally not winning this. It's Shayna Baszler's going to retain, and Nikki Cross is going to go to SmackDown with the rest of Sanity.
I could see a DQ stretching this out to SummerSlam.
Yep, I can also see this stretching out to SummerSlam in a stretcher match.
Oh, God, no.
Get ready for it.
No.
That's my call.
She can't sell for fucking... Baszler can't sell for 2 seconds, let alone 10. That's not good. No, I don't want to sell.
No. Baszler doesn't need to sell. Baszler just needs to get strapped down to the gurney.
Yeah, she does. That is a true statement, no matter what you're talking about.
Exactly. But no, a stretcher match. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a stretcher match.
Stretcher match with a straight jacket for Nikki Cross.
Yep.
Undisputed Era versus Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch for the NXT tag titles.
Undisputed Era is winning this.
Agreed.
Point to the air, though, for Oni. One and Oni.
Aleister Black versus Lars Sullivan for the NXT title.
This is going to be my match of the night, no matter who wins it.
Aleister Black's winning this.
Black is going to win it. I mean...
I love 5 stars Lars. I mean, I love him to death. But yeah, Tyler Black. Tyler Black.
Tyler
Aleister
Black.
They're gonna take one look at Oni, and they're gonna be like, they're gonna take one look at Lars when he gets to the main roster, and they're gonna be like, so, this is what Creative has for you. We're gonna put you as the Ascension's lackey.
No way, dude. He's gonna be the first Bludgeon Brother.
Oh, you're right. No, well,
Definitely gonna be the third Bludgeon Brother.
Yep, he's gonna be the third Bludgeon Brother.
Oh my God!
And then that's gonna break up, and then Creative's gonna have nothing for him, and he's gonna languish for a while, and then
He needs to stay in
back to
NXT
Indies.
for like 2 years.
Hey, guys.
He's really good, but he just needs a lot of fine tuning.
Guys, have you seen? Did you see that Sanity debut on SmackDown? Oh wait,
What Sanity debut on SmackDown?
That's a joke.
Good.
Hey, guys.
I don't want them on SmackDown. It sucks.
you know what my favorite tag team is? On Raw, the Authors of Pain.
Oh yeah, they're doing great.
I did think that Almas Sin Cara match was pretty good.
I agree. No, that was actually really good. I'm looking forward to seeing Almas working with a bunch of other people that he's worked with before.
You guys do know that Sin Cara is now out with an injury, right?
Yeah, that was the big.
That was the point.
Anyway, what's the main event?
Gargano versus Ciampa in a street fight.
Oh, yes. Get ready
After
for another
the
7
unsanctioned
stars.
match, a sanctioned match.
This is going to be 7.5 fucking stars. These two guys are just magic. I cannot wait.
You know who's gonna win this? The literal god, Tommaso Ciampa.
Break that fucking geek in half and then hit on his wife while he's dead.
I think Candice LeRae will toss the towel in.
Can we just talk about, though, how Gargano has the gimmick that Ziggler has, except he actually gets booed by everyone, so it works great. Whereas Ziggler, he just comes out to silence.
Well, I mean, that's not all his fault, though.
No, it's like half his fault.
They fucked him. Like,
Yeah.
he's so good.
You watched.
And they just fucking wasted him
And now
and
he's
his
in a
talent
tag
for
team with
years.
another geek they're going to waste.
I tell you, I wish this was an I Quit match because I feel like that would have kind of upped the ante a little bit. You know, you have an unsanctioned match, but then you want the satisfaction of having the other guy quit.
Hey,
The idea
I
that
mean-
Johnny was going to quit anyway because of his wife, and now he's not.
Well, now hold on a second. It is what else should we call it? It isn't SummerSlam yet, so that could be their blow off, complete blow off.
Yeah, but that's kind of stretching it out a bit. I feel like,
Man, what else they got?
you know, I mean, yeah, this is a weird takeover to be honest, because it's like all these matches are kind of unsure, untested. You know, you got guys who and girls who aren't necessarily in the spotlight all the time. They've kind of been getting groomed for that position, but it's not like you've got Gargano and Ciampa, which is your go-to match, of course, but you know, they already did it. It felt very final the last time. You know, it's not like, I mean, Ciampa just showed up again and, you know, was coming after him. You know, it's not like this is the unsanctioned match, you know.
Right.
So it's kind of like you got these matches that are kind of, they could be good, but they also could be kind of iffy, and that's kind
Is
of
this the
WWE
fourth
cooking.
match in their feud? Is this
I think so,
second.
yeah.
I think it's just a second.
Yeah, it's only the second one.
Because he.
Oh, okay.
Ciampa
I
was.
thought they had
Ciampa
another
was.
one on TV.
Then they got one more. Ooh. All right. I'm gonna make the call right here. Their third match, Hell in the Cell.
Ooh, that's gonna be good though.
You'd
That
want
would
to see
be-
that.
That would be
Oh,
kind
hell
of
yeah.
tricky. I don't know if Vince will let Triple H do that.
Oh yeah, you would. Of course you would.
You think so?
Yeah.
NXT show?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see.
They'll make it a weird gimmick where the Hell in a Cell is just a big shark cage that they dangle over the top of the fucking...
You know what it's going to be? It's going to be Lethal Lockdown.
Yeah.
No,
They're going to bring back the King of the Mountain match.
King of the Mountain. I was going to say that.
Refresh my memory of what Lethal Lockdown is.
It's war games, but when all the teams are in, or both teams are in, the roof lowers down and shoots off scooters, and there's weapons on the roof, like trash cans and sticks and chairs and tables.
That sounds garbage.
I hope that actually does look like garbage.
That's literally what's coming down from the ceiling into the ring with all the other people.
I mean, it's TNA, so you're already surrounded by garbage.
It's
so it's kind of hard to tell.
So. You know you're getting something from touching that. Speaking of getting something from touching that, Money in the Bank predictions. Bludgeon Brothers versus the Good Brothers for the SmackDown Tag Team titles.
I predict I will not watch this match.
I will also not watch this match. But I still think that the Bludgeon Brothers will still win.
Well, duh.
Ember Moon versus Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss versus Becky Lynch versus Natalya versus Lana versus Naomi versus Sasha Banks in a Money in a Bank ladder match.
This is going to be a good fucking match.
Oh, totally.
Is it?
Yes.
Because I hear names like Lana and ladder match, and I think this one is going to be scared shitless. She's not going to do anything.
Right.
No.
Maybe.
I don't think she's improved over the past few months.
You hear person taking the large bump. Okay, so pick out of this field.
Well, it's definitely Ember Moon.
So
No.
The person taking the large bump, but enough about Lana's sex life.
Oh,
yeah.
Ned Jester finally got a good one.
Yes, he did. All right, so okay, let's play the game. Who's gonna take the bump? Who do you want to win? And who's gonna win the Yank of DDS?
Let's see. Probably Natty takes a bump. No, I take that back. Naomi takes a bump. Charlotte Flair wins. I would like to see Ember Moon or Alexa Bliss win.
Shao.
All right. Sasha takes the big bump. I want Becky Lynch to win, but Natalya's going to win.
Rod Toward.
Ember is going to take the big bump. She is going to jump off the top of the ladder from somewhere, who cares? But she's the only one that's going to jump off the top. I'd really like to see Ember Moon win, and I'd also really like to see Becky Lynch win. But I think it's going to be Sasha Banks.
Omega BR.
I think Sasha's going to take the bump. Remnants of Hell in the Cell. I would like Ember or Becky to win. I think they could stretch Ember out to, Asuka. Rekindle that whole thing. I think Natalya should win if they stretch it out to the Ronda Rousey thing. As far as who will win, it's got to be some random one of them that doesn't even need it. I think part of me really thinks Alexa Bliss is going to win it.
Jester, what about you?
Oh, I'm fully in agreement with Omega. I think that Bliss will get the belt back because she doesn't need it. And as far as big bumps, I'm thinking about two people doing a spot off of the ladder. Probably, I would say Charlotte and Ember. But, yeah, as far as who I think should win, it's way past time. I think Becky had a shot at the belt, but who will probably win? It'd probably be Bliss.
Naomi and Lana take the big bumps. Lana will do a moonsault. I know that's Charlotte's gimmick, but Lana will do the moonsault. Ember will win the match. It's either going to be Ember or Natalya, but I think that it would suit Ember better if she won. But who I think should win, Sasha would gain the most benefit from it, because then she could use it as a tool in the worst feud ever with Bayley, or Becky Lynch. Not because Becky Lynch is missing out on anything, but because it is a prime tool to turn someone heel. So you get someone nice and buddy, and then Becky finally turns.
I will say this. Scan the audience when this match time comes to roll around. Scan the audience for Tyson Kidd sitting anywhere in the front row. If he's there, then we know Natty's going to win this.
Sure.
Let's be honest, though. We all know the biggest bumps in this match belong to Naomi, with Ember Moon and maybe Natalya up in that range, too.
Yes. Ha ha. Ha. Yes. Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn.
Can I just rant about this a little bit?
Go ahead.
I can't believe it. WWE, that made me not care about a Sami Zayn match.
You know what I can believe? WWE making me not care about a Bobby Lashley match.
Well, no one cares about a Bobby Lashley match.
That's the point.
I wouldn't exactly say that. I mean, he's not horrible in the ring when he gets going. It's just that he does need a little bit of a charisma injection or transplant.
Yeah, guess what, dude? It's been a decade. He ain't got more charisma. He ain't going to get more charisma. He needs a mouthpiece, okay?
I think they should team Lashley up with Bobby Roode, and they can be Bobby Lobby and be the main event tag team champions.
Bobby.
Bobby Lashley's winning this.
In literally the worst feud that will encapsulate the entirety of this era of the WWE, Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal.
Roman's winning this. Is this even a question?
This isn't a question. This is just a chance for Yankum to groan at how terrible this is, and then how awful it's going to be for Sunil Singh to be in the Ricardo Rodriguez spot.
That's the best that Sunil's going to get. I mean, let's be honest here.
Obviously.
Dude, I can't believe they. You know they're making a fuckload of money because they got the nuts to put this match on in Chicago. This is a fuck you match if I've ever heard of a fuck you match before.
Remember Big Show versus Batista in the Hammerstein Ballroom?
Dude, this is going to be so much worse than that. There's an oddity factor to Big Show versus Batista where there's just two gigantic men in that tiny little space. This is just going to suck.
Yep.
You are putting two of the most hated guys in the company in the most smart town. What are you doing?
They are letting them going out to drown. That is what they're doing, and testing their resolve. Speaking of testing their resolve, Shao Kahn's resolve will be tested here versus Carmella versus Asuka for the SmackDown Women's title, and somehow, some way, Asuka's not winning.
Probably not. I can see it now. And I'm not gonna like it.
So many of these matches seem like they're going to go 10 minutes, and the heel's going to dominate, or in this case, the face is going to dominate, and then the heel's going to do something, or the face is going to do something, and pull it off in the last 2 minutes to win.
Well, yes, It's a city-level pay-per-view. No one gives a shit. This is just filler until SummerSlam.
It's not supposed to be. It's Money in the Bank's like practically the fifth big one.
I really wish they would stop having Money in the Bank as a standalone pay-per-view and just do it at WrestleMania again.
I mean, look, it's better than having another Battleground or Backlash or, one of these where there's not even that gimmick match. I mean, I get what you're saying. I hate it. I always hated it too. But it's like, the ladder match is the only thing interesting about this card.
Speaking of not interesting, Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey for the women's title.
Oh, boy.
Ronda Rousey goes over.
You know what's funny?
By DQ.
You know what's funny, though? This feud is built around about how Nia Jax talking about, you can't tap me out with an arm bar. Literally 2 or 3 months ago, Asuka tapped Nia out with an arm bar.
Yep.
And then on Raw, Ronda did it anyway.
And she didn't even have it all the way on. And fucking Nia's fucking tapping out before it's like her arm wasn't even stretched out yet.
Oh, Nia, what have they done with her?
Did what they did to everyone else.
They put her in the giant spin wheel of doom that Big Show lives in.
Look, they didn't rush this match for no reason. 2-minute match. Nia hits something. Ronda kicks out. Nia's shocked. Ronda gets the armbar in. Tap out. You champ. Get it over with. Get it finished. Move on.
I mean,
put Ronda in the belt in front of all the cameras. Just do it and be done with it.
That would be the good thing to do, but that's not what they're gonna do. It's gonna be a DQ win for Ronda, and then they're gonna have some other like gimmick match.
No, it's just going to be the fact that Natalya cashes in. I mean, that's what everybody's predicting and saying. I disagree with this because they're going to swerve us with it. But that's what they're saying, is that Natalya costs Ronda the match and then gets Nia for the title in a Seth Rollins sort of situation.
Or Alexa cashes in with Nia's help. Alexa's the champ again. They're best friends again, and they can do the feud all over again at next year's WrestleMania. There's a match down already.
Kill me!
We've already got the Raw Women's program for Mania.
And a wailing and gnashing of teeth was heard across the globe, whatever.
You know what the worst part is? I can totally fucking see them do that too.
9 months early. We're ahead of schedule.
9 months early. Yeah.
All right.
That's 9 months early. That's how I like to.
Oh Jesus! Seth Rollins, you guys. Seth Rollins versus Elias for the IC title.
Looking forward to this. This is going to be good.
Yeah, it is.
This is going to be really good.
Rollins is gonna go over. I'm hoping Rollins goes. I like having the IC title on somebody who is a former champ, even more so if they're, multiple times or whatever. It makes the title look good.
I mean, Rollins is really hot right now, but I think Elias kind of needs that bump, because he has his shtick is pretty entertaining and gets heat and everything, but I think he kind of needs that. His ring work, he ain't Seth Rollins, let's put it that way. So I think he could use that extra nudge the same way the Miz sometimes uses it.
Here's my opinion of the night. The Intercontinental title is the most important and the best championship in WWE right now.
Yes. Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass.
Oh, Jesus.
2-minute match. Get it over with.
Get Big Cass over.
Well, that's what we hope they're going to do. What they're actually going to do is probably think that this is good in some way, shape, or form and give it 15, 20 minutes, which is hair-pullingly insane.
You know what's ironic is I could actually see this match ending in like 30 seconds. Bryan catches him, trips him up, gets him in a hold, just tightens it up, and Cass taps out. Because
that would be a fucking awesome way of selling how dangerous Daniel Bryan really is in the ring, so they'll never do that.
So, like, what is he going to tap? Like, I can see, like, maybe, like, Big Cass goes for a big boot. Bryan catches it, trips him up, and then immediately just snap, heel hook, and just taps him out.
Yeah, something like that.
Hey, ready for this? Get ready to get triggered. 18 seconds part 2.
No.
You know, I would almost say copy the Naito Jericho match and have Cass just destroy him at ringside before the match, get all the heat on, get him in the ring, couple of holds, couple of big boots, whatever. Bryan charges back, hits his moves. Knees, label lock, tap, win.
Yeah.
Do it that way.
Okay. Somebody just said 18 seconds. It's not going to be 18 seconds with Daniel Bryan. Knowing WWE, it'll be 18 seconds with Cass as the winner.
That was the whole thing.
That was the point.
That's
the jokes are in the stratosphere and you're standing on the ground, dude.
All right. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura in a last man standing match for the WWE Championship.
Depressing. I don't want to see this match. I do not want to. You know what's funny too is they're doing last man standing matches on back-to-back nights. I just realized that.
They were going to do last man standing matches on back-to-back nights, but they decided not to, and they made the Ciampa and Gargano fight a street fight.
Okay.
And that was a good decision.
Yeah.
You know it's not a good decision? Shinsuke Nakamura coming to America.
Right.
As much as I wanted him here, we all knew that pretty much this was going to happen. The WWE was going to misuse him.
Not this. This is inexcusable. What are you talking about? Don't even try to justify this.
No, but we knew. He's right. We knew. We knew this was coming.
We knew that something like this was coming, but not this bad. This is if he literally if like one day Vince McMahon saw Naito do his eye thing, right? And then he's like, Shinsuke, I want you to do the eye thing, but I want you to do it for both eyes, and then say something super racist.
Oh my God.
I mean, can you not see Vince having that conversation?
I would die laughing.
Vince would probably come up with like, from now on, you're gonna do a lot of suicide dives, but we're gonna call it a kamikaze dive.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Here's my other thing. Like I said about earlier, WWE's made it to where I don't care about a Sami Zayn match. WWE has made me not care about AJ Styles versus Shinsuke fucking Nakamura.
Seriously, like I don't even watch SmackDown. I barely watch Raw.
Yeah, this feud is fucking terrible.
They could have had something too. It started on faulty ground, but it could have worked. But of course it didn't. Can we move on? This blows.
Yep. All right, last bit. Braun Strowman versus Finn Balor versus The Miz versus Rusev versus Bobby Roode versus Kevin Owens versus Samoa Joe versus a member of the New Day and a Money in the Bank ladder match.
They still haven't said what member, did they?
You know it's gonna be Kofi.
I hope it's Kofi. But we're gonna do it again. Who takes the big bump?
I think it'll be Woods.
Who will win? And who do you think is going to win? And who do you want to win? We'll start from the top here, Jester.
Does anybody think that Braun Strowman isn't going to win this thing? Does anybody think that at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I don't know who takes the big bump. I really think Braun's going to win this. Who should win it? I don't know. If we want to do some more heat, we could give the case to Miz again.
That's the idea, Jester. That's the idea. All right, Omega.
What?
Who's going to win? Who do you think's going to win? And who's taking the big bump?
Well, I think the Miz will probably take a bump, possibly the New Day member, who I think is going to be Woods, because they've kind of been pushing it'll be Woods, and they just did the whole E3 thing with Kenny Omega and the Elite. Who do I want to win? I would like Samoa Joe to win, because that would kind of give him that bump into the main event picture he really needs. Who's going to win? Well, let's see here. I mean, I guess I'd kind of like it to be Strowman too. I mean, as far as who's gonna win, I think if they screw it on the women's version, they'll kind of do it right on the men's, and they could do Strowman, and then Strowman cashes in on Lesnar for SummerSlam or whatever. Well, wait, they're not going to do that, because the running plan is Roman and
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know. Come back to me, I guess, because I think about this for a second.
Rod Tower.
Okay, I actually think it's going to be Big E from the New Day. Just a wild guess. I don't know why. Who's going to take the biggest bump is going to be Kevin Owens, because he always takes the biggest bump in ladder matches. He fucking dove off the ladder on SmackDown or whatever. That's obvious. Who I want to win is The Miz, or Samoa Joe, or Bobby Roode. I want basically everyone to win. There's no one to dislike in this match. I think Finn's going to win it.
Jacob?
Let's see. Who I think is going to win, it's probably going to be... I wanted to say probably either Strowman or maybe... No, it's not going to be Bobby Roode. Samoa Joe would be a good one. I'd like for Balor to win. And as far as who's going to take the bump, I mean, Owens is going to take the bump, obviously, because that's what he does. He takes giant fucking bumps off of ladders.
Shao Kahn.
Owens is going to take the big bump. I want Samoa Joe or Finn Balor to win, and I think Miz is actually going to win this.
I think, but that would be kind of cool for Miz to win. But I really don't see, like Miz cashing in on Lesnar.
He's on SmackDown.
It'd have to be. Oh, that's right. Oh, does he have to cash it in? Is it not? It's mixed
no.
brand, so I assumed that meant they could cash in on whichever title they wanted.
I imagine, yeah, but there's no way he's going to fucking cash in on the Universal title.
I think...
Because the Universal Champion actually has to be there.
Shots fired.
Exactly.
I want Rusev to win. I want Rusev to win real bad, to be perfectly honest with you. I think that Rusev would be perfect for this. He would fit his character. It would help him turn. You know, it would be real nice. It would also help Bobby Roode's character tremendously.
Oh, sweet God, yeah.
I mean, come on. Bobby Roode with Money in the Bank, he's kind of made for it, in my opinion. I could see where they would point to him and say, next year, Bobby. But at the same time, I could see where they could say, this year, Bobby. And Bobby holds on to it for 9 months. Cashing in at, like, right before WrestleMania or something. But who I think is going to win, I think they're going to give it to Miz so that he and Bryan can feud over it. Who do I want to win? Like I said, Rusev. I think that he's, out of everybody in this match, he's the one who's worked the hardest. Braun just has been pushed the best. Finn is Finn, and he smiles a lot. Miz is trying real hard, but that's because he got something got put into his ear saying that we're going to put the rocket on you, kid. Bobby needs it. Kevin doesn't. Samoa
They
Joe
should
does
put
it.
the rocket on him anyway.
And the member of the New Day, if it's not Kofi Kingston, shut the fuck up. Seriously. Kofi Kingston belongs in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Not only does he belong in the Money in the Bank ladder match, he deserves to win the Money in the Bank ladder match. And all 3 members of the New Day will take the big bump. And that's how I feel about this whole thing. And that's it. So let's hurry this up and let's go to bed. Dairy Queen drive-through time. Let me pick somebody who's actually can look at the format. Yankum, do the ratings.
Alrighty. Let's see. Impact did 296,000 viewers, up from the 283,000 the previous week. Raw did Is that counting their stream?
Yes.
I wonder. Okay. Raw did 2.73 million, up from 2.52 million. And SmackDown drew 2.183 million, up from 2.138 million. Huh. That's
Dog
it for
with
the
birthdays.
Okay. Happy birthdays today to Buzz Sawyer, also to Dobie Gillis, to Chico Cortez, to John Spillman, and to Daniel McLeod. And then happy birthdays tomorrow to the one and only Brad Armstrong, also to Earl McCready, to Charlie Boo, to Cecil Pedigo, and to Turi Gonzalez. And then on the 16th, fill the rocket ship with fuel, brother. That was nowhere close. I had more Hogan than Warrior. Sorry, Warrior. Ultimate Warrior's birthday is on the 16th. Also, the Great Scott, Bonnie Watson, Jim Dobie, and Carl Kowalski, all having birthdays on the 16th. Then on the 17th, Mario Galento. Also, Chief War Cloud and Fred Meyer. Then on the 18th, Bruiser Brody, the legend. Also, another true legend and one of the greatest of all time, Mitsuharu Misawa. Happy birthday. Also, Great Goliath, Al Zaz, Johnny Angel, and Babe Sharon, all having big birthdays on the 18th. And another big birthday on the 19th, Wahoo McDaniel. Fuck yeah, happy birthday. Also, happy birthday to Manny Villalobos. Also, Leo Nomelini, Chief White Owl, and Billy the Kid. And then on the 20th, Dominic Bernard Vagnon, Adolf Marino, Mr. Ito, and Frenchie Bernard. Those are birthdays.
And now it is time for This Week in Wrestling with Omega BR.
Yes, this weekend wrestling history. Circa 1981, where the Kelly twins of Pat and Mike Kelly defeat Wilbur Snyder and Spike Huber to win the World Wrestling Association Indiana tag team title in Indianapolis, Indiana. Jump to 1983, where Tiger Mask defeats Fishman to win the vacant WWF World Junior Heavyweight title in Mexico City, Mexico, beginning his 3rd reign. And in 2005, Chicano defeats Glamour Boy Shane for the held-up IWA World Heavyweight title in Toa Baja, Puerto Rico, beginning his 2nd reign. The title had been held up for 2 weeks earlier in Levittown, Puerto Rico, due to a controversy in a match between the two. And so for the rematch, the title was literally held up on a 15-foot pole. And that was this weekend wrestling history.
Happy trails this week. Happy trails to Nixon Newell, now known as Tegan Knox, who suffered a leg injury at Saturday's Download Festival in the UK. Happy trails to The Godfather, who revealed he was in negotiations to join the NWO in 1996 in the bodyguard role that eventually went to Virgil.
Sorry.
He has got to be so happy he did not do that.
Yeah, he's got to be stoked.
I would be too. Happy trails to Dr. Chris Amon, who is a general scumbag, according to court documents. He had a sexual relationship with an indie wrestler he met at a tryout, and the main roster wrestler, Jillian Hall. A WWE spokesman claims they were not aware of this. Can you say loss of medical license?
Right?
So pretty much him suing Punk what led to his downfall.
Well, he had a lot of hubris for doing it.
Yeah, he still got to fuck Jillian Hall though. So
He's just a
I'm-
pawn in the machine, I think.
Even with the thing on her face, I still would have. I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
saying.
anyone's lying to themselves. They said they wouldn't. I'd love to hear her belt out some tunes while we're,
Well, we know where that mole came from.
I'm dreaming.
No.
Okay.
I will stop you there, because we would stop Natch Jester from doing the same, even though
Yes.
you sounded a little better than Jester.
And also, that was just bad enough that we might get content ID'd.
Yank and DDS, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
The women's Fatal 4-Way on Raw, which was surprisingly good. Like, there were some sloppy moments in there, but for the most part, it was pretty damn good. I liked it.
Just wait till the ladders are involved.
I know. But, goddammit, I can like the things I like.
You can sometimes. Net Jester, what should we watch this week in wrestling? Net Jester.
I think he's gone.
Shao Kahn, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
I'm not going to recommend anything recent, but as we're talking about the happy birthdays, yesterday was the 9-year anniversary of Masawa's death, and I want to go back to my favorite match of all time, which introduced me to Japanese wrestling. March 1st, 2003, Pro Wrestling Noah for the GHC Heavyweight Championship, Mitsuharu Masawa versus Kenta Kobashi. Absolute masterpiece, and like I said, my favorite match of all time.
Ron Toward.
This should we should just call this Masawa Week. It should be an official holiday. With all of the events in his birthday. Fucking legend. I have not seen enough of his stuff. I need to correct that. I'm going to suggest the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title match from Dominion, Hiromu Takahashi versus Will Ospreay. There it is. Especially because this match is going to end up being underrated because Ospreay just had a classic with Kushida, and Hiromu just had a classic with Taiji Ishimori, and then those two have a match and it's a classic. It's just excellent, but it's going to get overshadowed by those other two. So go watch it again. It was fantastic.
Omega BR, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
Well, I was actually going to say the junior heavyweight match. I really like that spot where, even though it was kind of insane, spot where Ospreay runs off the ramp and you don't think he's got nearly enough room, but in fact he has more than enough. I'll go kind of basic and say Jericho and Naito. I thought it was Jericho has the deal where he kind of reinvents his look a little bit every time he comes over. It wasn't as good probably as the Jericho Omega match. But,
he reinvented his look a little bit.
Well, it's not like he looked weird, but it's not like he dyed his hair or anything like that.
I guess, but it definitely shocked me.
It was just a little makeup. It's not like, but anyway, I thought it was well put together as far as like the, Jericho said at some point in an interview, I don't need to do a big dragon screw flip off the top rope. That doesn't make a good match. Telling a story makes a good match. And I think they told a pretty good story here. So
he's right,
Matt Jester's trying to talk, but I don't think he can. So,
I can. I just replaced my headphones. So
all right, go for it.
Real quick, I just want to say I'm going to recommend something as a tale of how the mighty have fallen. Once upon a time, we were so hyped and yet worried at the same time that Bayley coming to the main roster might be good and it might screw her up completely. Well, we know what happened. Yet another example of that was on this past Monday night's Raw, as Bayley went against another woman who I really like, Ruby Riott, but still, I could not bring myself to care about this match, even though two of my favorite women were on screen. It just shows how WWE fumbles the ball every damn time, and I would say watch this match as a tale of WWE screwing up and a cautionary subject.
The New Day versus the Elite Street Fighter V.
Yes.
I want to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was stuck at work and I missed it.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. You can check it out. I'm pretty sure it's on Capcom's channel. But if you are a fan of Street Fighter, they do showcase Cody. So you get to check him out before he releases.
Yep. Hey, by the way.
Also, while you're at it, you should also watch, while you're at that page, Capcom page or whatever, find the Kenny Omega trailer they did for Cody to watch it.
What a fantastic trailer. By the way, happy trails to Bad Luck Fale's waist. He has dropped 49 pounds recently.
That
Good
is
for him.
amazing.
So, while he might be the underboss still, he's a slim underboss.
He's still a big motherfucker, but he's finally starting to lose the playing weight that he had for all his days as rugby. So can't wait. He's going to be doing drop kicks off the top rope, moonsaults to the outside. It's going to be kick-ass.
Hell yeah.
Waiting for the planchas.
Next junior heavyweight champion, Bad Luck Fale.
Waiting for the planchas inside of the rings, the Phoenix splashes to the outside through the table.
The springboard dragon Rana onto the outside.
I'm looking forward to all of these. All while he's wearing the sunglasses. He has to wear the sunglasses during everything.
Of course.
All right, that's it. Spoilers. Cody's not in the G1. Just so y'all know. Thank you all for listening. We really appreciate it. We'll catch you next time. This has been episode 307 of the Smark Snark podcast. Thank you, podcastthemes.com for our theme song. Check us out online, smarksnark.com, twitter.com, facebook.com, Smark Snark. We have a Twitch, too, and we're broadcasting live on there right now.
And be sure, fellow gamers, to check out
No!
The
show!
Not so loud, damn it. I'm wearing earbuds.
No!
No!
No! Also, we might have a mixer next week. I'm looking at that as well.
Sweet. Free drinks, open bar.
Yeah.
Cool.
A mixer? Isn't that one dating app?
Omega.
Yes.
Omega.
Speaking of apps, have you guys heard
No!
that the Elder
No! Omega, please!
Thought coming.
Good night, Villa Park.